Our Guild. A group of young Bristolians recently studied the life of the Guild of the Brave Poor Things more than a century ago. The Guild of the Brave Poor Things was founded by Grace Kimmins in 1894 as a club for young disabled boys. Inspired by the popularity of the Guild, Ada Vichel led the campaign for a permanent site.
The members are bound together in a fellowship whose motto is "Happy in my lot." Though so heavily handicapped, they are pledged to run with courage and confidence the race of life. What we want is some little place of our own, open all through the year, to which at any time the delicate guild members could be sent.
Sir Frank Wills spoke of the pleasure the designing of that structure had given him. Everybody engaged upon were delighted to know that they had contributed to such a benevolent work.
A guild headquarters has been built, and what is more, it has been nearly paid for. Money has not been wasted upon the building. It is plain, though substantial, ease of access from the street. A central hall on the ground floor is its principal feature. Adjoining there are rooms for classes and clubs, while over these are additional apartments which will be turned into profitable use. A piano will be needed, and many other things to give the place a homely appearance and add to the enjoyment of those who use it.
The young people responded to the stories of the Guild members and the history by creating original scenes, poetry, images and crafts.
Like a ruby, amidst the blinding industrial smog and slums of its foul city. For them to call their home an inspiring sanctuary, the beginning of a new life, nobody could look down on you with such a majestic architecture. The first time we walked through the doors, we couldn't believe that this was all for us crippled unfortunate souls. Never had we been anywhere like it before. You could miss a limb or a sense, but nobody in here would humiliate or discriminate against us humans.
A bright and beautiful building uprising in the city from streets crowded and unlovely. A building that shall stand for hope and help.
Children, families, adults or siblings, all were allowed into the Guild of the Brave Poor Things. They would find that through crafts, lectures, socialising and conversing about everyday things, games, gymnasium, military drills and hymns, that you could take your mind off the pain and misery of the everyday.
It is good for them to forget that they are cripples.
Ada is a very interesting character, and very dissimilar to other women of the Victorian era. Very independent, very determined, running her own business, setting up the Guild house. Really, it was like nothing that had been seen before. Business was very much the domain of men at the time. Trying to bring disabled people together as a community was really groundbreaking. Trying to reduce the isolation and bring together a sense of society for disabled people and provide them with the physical support and other opportunities, it's just incredible.
If I was like other chaps, I'll be earning my living now.
I'll be earning my living right now if it wasn't for me leg.
But we can do some work yet.
Down at the Guild, and we do some work.
We make baskets and mats to sell.
It's wonderful to start a new life.
I thought myself was not good at all once.
And me.
One is very glad to know that some crumbs of comfort were through the Guild.
The young people also noted that although the Guild appeared to welcome all comers, people with mental health issues were not allowed access.
The Guild, yeah. I've been going there my whole life. It's a wonderful place. It's great. My people are there. It's a really great community. What about it? You said you were refused? What?
Of course, I've been refused so many times. How did you get in?
Well, it was easy. My parents wrote a letter and they said yes. What about you?
My parents would never do such a thing, and even if they did, it wouldn't make a difference. She said no to all of us.
Ada said no to you? Are you sure it was her? It must have been a different person. It can't have been Ada.
It had to be Ada.
Wait, you're talking about the same person who has the same view that all disabled people should be together, should have a community, should be educated. Doesn't matter if you are crippled, you should be able to achieve in life. Is that the same person we're talking about?
It is, but she's never been like that with us. With your part of the community, she's so open and lovely, but with mine, we're weak in the mind. They work differently than others.
Okay, that's odd. I'll go ask Ada. I want to talk to her about this.
How can you be so out of your mind to be biasly and brutally dismissive of them in front of your own eyes, excluding those equally in need without a fight? Can we all do things differently, now we're able to see things from a better light?
Up to great march! Up. Turn around. March back. Stop. Turn around. Swing our guns. And salute. Well done.
The Guild of the Brave Poor Things have done more to raise the standard of life and tone of that neighbourhood by putting up that attractive building for such a beautiful purpose and setting such a delightful example.